GM announcing that there were these plant closings. What do you make of this?
Well, this is irresponsible, and I can't help but note the fact that they got a $157 million tax cut from that reckless tax bill of last year that President Trump said was going to be a boon for workers. It hasn't been a boon for workers. Workers have been taking it on the short end once again. And the week before the 2016 election, this president promised in Michigan that you won't see one plant closing if I'm elected president. I promise. That's what he said. We've got the Carrier plant. We've got the in Missouri, the Harley plant. We've got the Chevy plants. This is, I mean, again, we need to put workers first, not the tax cuts for large corporations.
You know, let's pull up some of the front pages now. They're calling it a new Black Monday impacted in these states because of these closures. You also have, of course, what's going on with regards to the GM had actually forecasted this back in January. Mr. Chairman, you said that this, you linked it to the tax proposal, but how would Democrats' policies prevent this? Because you and I know this. The business community, I mean, they fire people, they don't fire people, and they'll find something to blame. So how would Democratic policies have prevented this from happening?
I think when you invest in workers, and you look at this administration, they've talked the talk about how we're trying to help workers, but show me how they've done it. You've seen more plant closings because you're not investing in workers. They said the reason for this tax cut is they're going to use the benefits of this tax cut to invest in modernizing plants, to invest in making sure that our workforce continues to be the best trained workforce in the world. That didn't happen. They used the tax cuts to give stock buybacks to their shareholders, and that's not how you do it. What Democrats would have done, first of all, we wouldn't have done the reckless tax cut for wealthy corporations. We would be continuing to invest. When you invest in your human capital, you can weather these ups and downs. We bailed out GM, and I think it was the right thing to do at the time. And we were with them during their toughest hours.
Right.
And now when you have some challenging times, you need to make sure you put workers first, and you're investing in them so that you can ride this whatever storm it is, and retool so that they can invest in electric cars and things of that nature.
Well, you know, I mean, there's a dramatic shift now, I think, in the entire industry. It's interesting to watch the Wall Street reaction to GM, which has been a sign of confidence versus the reaction on Main Street and here in Washington. Switching gears, the president critical of the report regarding global warming. I take it you would disagree with his criticism of that report.
Well, I mean, let's think. Look at this. On the day after Thanksgiving, on Black Friday, they released the report. And they released the report because they were hoping it would get buried. And all you have to do is go to the West Coast right now, and I was in Los Angeles recently, and see the impact of climate. And what that report also showed, put aside the human element of this, the human tragedy, the loss of lives, the loss of an entire community in the case of one community in California. The report again documents that if we don't do something about climate change, this is going to have a dramatically negative effect.
Republicans say they want to innovate. Republicans say innovation is the way to get out of climate change.
Well, actually, this president has denied that climate change is a problem. I mean, I think that's one of the fundamental questions we have to confront, is that this feels to me a lot like tobacco, where you had the industry for decades denying that cigarette smoking caused cancer. We backslid with, don't forget, the party of Lincoln is dead. The party of Trump doesn't believe that climate change is real. And so we have a real basic problem.